minor. We're going to play an E minor. Just forever E minor.
No chord changes? Just no. We might go to the four at some.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I have Anisha Rains with me on platform.
Hello.
One of our board members, and she and I are going to unmask right now as we start the service. We were just saying, I can't figure out how to keep my glasses from fogging up with the mask on, so it's always either glasses off, mask on, glasses off, mask on, that dance. And as you know, everything old is new again, and everything keeps constantly changing. So we are reaffirming the city's guidelines, which were issued this week, started this week, that we wear masks in group settings, indoors. So, Anisha, I know you're also struggling or adapting with this at work, too, right? So were you guys coming back together?
Yeah, we had initially planned to come back together in September, at least in hybrid form, but that's obviously on hold now. So we're just rolling with the changes. Things are changing, and they'll change again. So
yeah, exactly. And in that, a lot of people have been asking me what we're doing or how we're doing it. And what my take on it is, in this moment is it keeps evolving. What you if it asked me at the beginning of the week is so radically different from the end of the week, in that we stay present to the real truth and the spiritual teaching is we do things that are loving to each other.
Yeah.
Right? That we do things that are for the highest good of other people. So if that means putting on a mask in certain situations, I put on the mask because it's what's best for the other person to protect them. And I listen to that intuition in my heart, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you're dealing with it as you travel, right? As you move around.
Traveling, going to the gym, which is not my favorite to wear a mask when we work out, but
Yeah.
it's really important. So yeah, it's doing all the little things.
Yeah, and I heard it put a long time ago by Marianne Williamson when I was studying with her, is that the loving thing is always what you do, right? Am I really being loving to the other person? Or am I just out for myself? And so that is a great marker for our spiritual practice in the world as it stands right now. And at the same time, we hold our truth, right? That this is for us. This is here for us, right? That as we apply our teachings in the midst of this pandemic, it will lift us all out. And what we're going to talk about today is how we can release the things that are dragging us down and lift ourselves into a higher place. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
I'm going to have you do the talk now for that.
Well, that's my cue to get off the stage.
On that note, I'm going to say goodbye to Anisha and welcome Misa to platform as we begin the service with an old favorite. It's not old, but a favorite, I Am Light. So I invite you to get comfortable. I invite our band to start with some noodling for us. And to let your seat fully hold you. Let this building and the earth support you. Whatever you've got going on, allow these words to be part of your journey.
I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. Light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I've left behind. I am light. Light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star shining peace over it all. Light. I am light. I am light. Oh, light.
I am light, all light. So as we step into this moment, into this prayer, We know the truth that nothing, not anything we've ever done, not any situation on the outside can withhold our good from us, can prevent the divine light from reaching in us and from radiating from us. For in truth, we are one and the same light. That inner peace we call the divine, and the inner good we call life itself is all at work right and right now. So I invite you to feel within you that light, that golden light. Feel it in your heart, in your head, in your throat, and feel that light now filling your entire being. To see your light now filling this entire room, touching everyone else in it, purifying and cleansing your body and this space. And we see that light leaving this building and surrounding our neighborhood, surrounding our city, and enveloping our planet. For we are the light. We are the one with the energy of life itself. And our light shining changes everything. So we open ourselves in this moment to being the shining city on the hill. We open ourselves to letting our light shine for the world to see. For there is nothing against us in all that is for us. And we let this light circle the globe. For every being will resonate with this truth, this wholeness, and this light. We are divine light. And so it is. Amen. And Ashe. Tyler, welcome.
Amen and Ashe. One of the gifts of the New Thought movement is the method of prayer that affirms the good, just like Ken demonstrated that this light is already our divine nature. So if you'd like to join in agreement with the prayer chaplain, there are a variety of ways. You can go to our website. You can click on the Submit a Prayer Request. There's also chaplains here for those of us celebrating in person today. The chaplains are available after the service, just for a private moment to agree and to affirm that the divine birthright within you is already blossoming. We just take that moment to agree together. So there's a variety of ways. We just invite you to connect with us as we practice this way of affirming the good. So we're getting ready for our first community song. And those of you who are viewing remotely with us in a live, this Sunday morning live, we invite you to go to the website, click on Spiritual Salons, because during this community song is your chance to log into our interactive Zoom room, stay within the Zoom room throughout the entire service for a more interactive experience. And for all of you here in person, and for those of you at home, I invite you to stand and fill your lungs with air, lift your voice in faith as we sing together, I Release.
There was a time in my life when I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the love of God was sufficient. I didn't know the grace of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling to make it through another day, You gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what the people say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Say, release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. Is your heart open? And my heart is open wide. Yes, yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Is your heart open? I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I can see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free. Yes, Alex, in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes. Continue. All right, it's now time for meet and greet. Please practice social distancing and
Happy
respect the
Sunday,
wishes of others.
everybody.
Happy Sunday.
Woohoo! Hello, everybody online. Yeah, can you turn on my camera here? Woo! Yeah. There we are. Hi, everybody. It's great to see you online. So wonderful to have you with us. Mwah. Mwah. I'll let some other people say hi. Noel, you want to say hi to our friends online? All right, everybody, it is time to release this part of our meet and greet. And I'm gonna kick it back to Anisha, who is up on platform right now. Take it away, Anisha.
Hello. Okay, and now we are moving into our time of giving and receiving. So, there are many ways to support Unity and many ways to give. One of them is if you're able to text Unity SF to 44321. Also, if you're watching through our live stream on the website, you can click the button. Also, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, there will be a link in the chat that you can click. And if you are joining us here in the sanctuary in person, there are envelopes in the back of the chairs. You're able to take those and put those in the offering basket off to the side in the sanctuary. So, with that, I would like to welcome Brian Boswick-Smith to the stage to talk about why he gives.
Yes, good morning. Unity's always been there for me, even if I didn't know it. I didn't stumble into a Unity church until I was in my late 30s, and it was an incredible experience because half of my life at that point had been pretty much a downward spiral. But I remember sitting in the sanctuary listening to Reverend Stan Hampson, and the feelings that washed over me were incredible. A feeling that I was home, feeling that I belonged. So Unity was there for me. But it actually started many years earlier. I remember as a kid growing up, I'd watch a lot of TV. And at the end of the day, as you might recall, the TV stations signed off at the end of the day, but right before they did, they played a short clip. And it was different every day, and it never repeated. It was called the Daily Word. And so Unity was there for me. And I remember my mom driving our beat-up Dodge station wagon, 6 screaming kids in the back, and we're driving down Highway 50, because I grew up in Kansas City, and somebody would always shout out, "What's that?" And my mom would dismissively say, "Oh, that's those Unity nuts." Hey, you're here too. So yeah, Unity was always there for me. So I found Unity, and I did all the Unity things. My kids were in YOU. I was in the choir. We did the Christmas plays. I helped rebuild the sound and light system several times. And at one point, I was even in charge of the Unity SEE program. So even though Unity was there for me, and I was at Unity, I really wasn't in Unity. Because as an addict, I was really good at hiding the demons that were slowly consuming my life. 12 years ago, and about 20 days, everything had crashed down. My bridges were burning. My kids wanted nothing to do with me. I had no friends. My finances were trashed. My marriage was on the rocks. And all I knew, the only thing I knew, is that somehow, some way, Unity was there for me. So I went to church. And I figured somebody there knows something about this, even though I felt so alone and the only person in the world going through this. Somebody knows. So I cornered somebody in the hallway to the kitchen, and I couldn't even speak. But I reached out my hand, and they took it. And they took it. So that was 12 years ago. And it's been a long 12 years, and it wasn't easy. Because even as I recognize spirituality, it doesn't make life any easier. It just means you have some tools. But over that 12 years, I have slowly built a life that I could have never dreamed of. I have more than I would ever known. I'm able to give in ways I had never thought of. And so that's why I give to Unity. Because whenever someone is in need, whenever someone's desperate, whenever someone doesn't know what else to do, I want Unity to be there for them. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you for sharing that story with us. It's very powerful with all of us Unity nuts. Much appreciated. So now why don't we seal this with an affirmation. I will say it once first, and then everyone please join me. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Now everyone say it together. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Thank you so much, and welcome back, Reverend Ken.
Thank you, Anisha. Oh, wrestling, sorry, with my mask. Got tangled. All right. There we go. Sorry about that, Ryan. Hi. So, thank you, Brian. Brian and I met at Unity Palo Alto 14 years ago, over 14 years ago. And I have been witness to his journey. And today's topic from our series on abundance lessons from life is release. How appropriate that, Brian, you were called upon to give the talk today, because you released a lot of things that weren't serving you, but were very familiar, in order to really live an abundant life. And as you were talking, I remember last week when you were here, and I got to meet your son and your daughter-in-law, and your kid and your grandkid, and like, wow, and I knew you were going on to another family gathering, and the abundance that comes from putting one foot in front of the other and releasing the past pain is one of the things we're going to talk about today. Components to release. And we all know we really do need to let go of some things. But there's also something we have to step into. There's a call to a higher self, a call to your true self that sometimes has gotten clouded, has gotten covered up, or that we have ignored for decades. And that higher call calls upon us, that higher calling requires us, really, to let go of who we think we are, to step into what we're really here and who we're really here to be. So I'm going to invite Misa to come to platform to sing a song that talks about this, about answering that siren call and releasing what we think we're supposed to be doing.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh. Oh. You're not a voice. You're just a ringing in my ears, and if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, I don't need something new. I am afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. What do you want? 'Cause you've been keeping me awake. Are you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? Or are you someone out there who's a little bit like me, who knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be? Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me that longs to go into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. Show me.
and Cleo Briggs. Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, she's hitting that note. She started our rehearsal at 8 o'clock, singing that high. I think Cleo rolls out of bed singing that high. She does. Wow. And that call, we're all here to live, and to show up greater than we are right now. Period. Myself, all of us included. There is something greater that we're supposed to be doing. And we get stuck, trapped, comfortable, scared in the familiar. Even when the familiar, especially when the familiar, can become someone else's fault. Right? That it's their fault that I can't show up like I'm supposed to because they're doing that. Right? And we develop these great resentments and righteous indignation against how other people are behaving. And our job is to release that and understand that no one, nothing can withhold our good from us. That's our teaching, right? Right? We all know that's our teaching, right? That God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, is constantly pouring upon us all of life's abundance and good. Then how come it's that person's fault, my ex's fault, my boss's fault, my whatever's fault, that I can't express my highest good? It's my finances. If only I had enough money to do it. Oh, really? Is that really the issue? Or is it, I'm too old? I don't have the right education. I'm the right, the wrong, the whatever, fill in the blank, and we get stuck. When Scripture, every religious teaching I have studied always shows us it is God's great pleasure to give you the kingdom. Okay? You are heirs to all of life's good. We stand up here on Sundays and we talk about claiming our dominion, claiming our good, and say, well, the cities impose mask mandates, and COVID, and the unvaccinated. Right? And all the reasons we can't have a good time right here and right now. And I know you all have been having a good time because I've seen you dancing in the aisles here right now. And at home, I know you're having a good time because you're here. But that siren call doesn't go away. How can I show up bigger than I am right now? How can I show up more loving, more generous, more compassionate, more powerful? Oh, that's one that's interesting when I say that, when I think that. Who are you to show up powerful? Isn't that grandiose? Well, I am a divine expression. Of course I'm going to show up powerful. That doesn't mean I show up as a steamroller, doesn't mean you show up as a steamroller, but you stand in your power, you stand in your authority, and you claim your good that way by sharing it with the world. Each and every one of us, at home, in this room, can claim our good now. But to do that, we have to release the story, the righteous indignation of what happened, and practice radical forgiveness, right? Can you forgive your mom? Right? It's easy to forgive my mom right now. She doesn't remember anything she did first. Second, she's gotten very sweet in her Alzheimer's and her dementia. And there's nothing I want to do more than just wrap my arms around her. But can we forgive the people who hurt us the most? Can we forgive ourselves for holding on to the resentment for far longer than they hurt us? Can we forgive ourselves for saying yes to pain over and over and over again. And we kept putting ourselves in the situation, kept accepting pain as somehow that was our birthright. Somehow that was our highest calling. And our belief in poverty and lack as a way of fully and completely owning who we are. You are a magnificent expression of the divine, and your birthright is a rich, glorious, magnificent, abundant life, no less. And right now, today, what I'd like us all to do is to stand in that truth, to stand in that knowing that there is no tomorrow in which this is all going to come true. There is no perfect storm where it's all going to line up, and when that person does that, and when I get that job, and that person loves me the way they need to love me, it's all going to come together. But we stand in this moment and go, okay, right now, I am living an abundant, glorious, peaceful, joyful life, right? Except for the thought that just went through your head about what you don't have. Right? Right? Because I know it just happened to you. Right? That shooting pain pulled you back out of the bliss into the, oh, but if only. And that's what we need to release, folks. The idea that that somehow won't happen, and B, that it has power or truth attached to it. If we can let go of the idea that I will be happy when that person loves me the way they need to, or I will be happy when I have that $1 million in the bank, or I'll be happy when they start behaving like the child of God. I know they are. I'm just going to wait, sit here, counting the minutes till they behave in a loving way. All the time, I'm just sitting here judgmental. Then we get to experience bliss. We get to experience peace. We get to experience that we are the judgmental ones, that we are the ones withholding and blocking our good for us. Because back to the beginning, the divine God, Spirit, Jesus, Yahweh, Buddha, Lord, is always showering good upon us and wants nothing more than your highest and your best. Right? Right? Can I get it right? Do we believe that at all? Do we believe it even a smidge? Do we believe it, or do we just give lip service to it? Do we give lip service to our unity teachings, or do we embody them and walk into them and live according to them? Well, you know, and I know, when you're in a long-term relationship, whether it be with a spouse, a partner, or a family member, or a lifelong friend, those people are going to give you those opportunities to know that. And to know it abundantly, as my husband's affirming right now. Because the miscommunications when we're happening in life are usually that, miscommunications. I have a story for you. So a friend was really upset with her boss and was sure the boss was trying to push her out of her job. Just positive that that was going to happen. And then she came to me a couple weeks ago and said, I was dumbfounded. They just gave me my new contract, and it's for 3 years, and everything I asked for. And I was like, oh, so you were wrong, right? They weren't trying to push you out. But our belief system is that we interpret things usually not for our highest and best. We interpret the actions of others about ourselves and about our greatest fears, right? I fear I'm going to get fired. I fear I'm not doing the job well. I fear that this is going on. And so we hear it, and we see it, and we make it this thoughts become things, or thoughts and feelings held in mind. And as I like to teach it, our feelings are much more powerful creators than just our thoughts. But when we feel something, it gets a real hook into us, and we put it out in the world constantly, and we see it everywhere. So what if we could release that? What if we took the time to do the work, and step by step, look at everything we believe and really, really judged it fairly? Is it true or not? Does it serve my highest and my best? JD has a line on his email that goes out every time he sends an email that says, "I'm paranoid in reverse. I believe that people are conspiring for me." Right? And as I started this series with, I had to own that too. In our journey through life right now, when JD's job was released, my fear level went through the roof, and I had to walk through it using our principles. And in that process, I found myself contracting and believing that there wasn't enough, that we couldn't go through the list, right? You might resonate with some of that with things going on in your own life right now. And then it all broke through when we found out we could get a new house, and that the bank would approve us, and that we make more than enough money, and that all the things happened that allowed us to move on a dime and move into a house twice as big as the one we had before. And I had to step back and go, preacher, what are you preaching? Who are you preaching to? Are you listening to your own teaching? There is an opportunity we have right now to really and fully release the negative thinking. And negative thinking usually is turned against others, but is about us, about our greatest fears, right? Negative thinking is usually a projection of our deep, deep fear that we're not good enough or whatever. You fill in the blank. So what I'd like us to concentrate on today is releasing that, so that we can answer the siren's call, so that we can answer the call and become the person we're really here to be. That person that you all know is in there. If you didn't have to worry about anything else, what and who would you be today? That first thought that crossed your mind, that's who you're, the universe, that's that siren call, that Cleo voice. Hit that note for me again, Cleo, so that they can have it in their heads all the time, right? Singing. Come on up and be there with us. So I'm going to invite the music team to come up. And there's a process and a meditation that we've done before, and I want us to do again. And it's a song called I Forgive Me. Right? I forgive me for everything I've been holding on to. Because those things we hold so tightly keep us chained to the pain of the past. What I want us to be is free to be that love, to be that shiny city on the hill, to be abundant, and to share it. Lisa?
I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain. Now is the time to let go of all my shame, the past behind me. I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me.
I forgive me.
I forgive me.
I forgive me.
Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
I forgive me. Really, forgive me. I invite you to take this moment to really allow your mind, your body, to experience the pain of the past, that thing that you regret having done or said, still to this day. Feel in your body the pain of those words, the actions that caused such heartache. And then to open your hands, to allow Spirit right now to wash through you, to forgive yourself, for you know better now. To allow this music and my voice to gently just take away that guilt and shame, that regret, and know that we can apologize and start anew. So even if the people or the person you are interacting with is no longer on the planet, you can right now again ask for forgiveness. Seek peace with your whole heart and mind. For this time is not bound. It lives in you, and you are the one carrying it. So right here and right now, see yourself being forgiven by the others, and most importantly, forgiven by yourself. Feel in your body temple that understanding of wholeness and life, of forgiveness and peace. See and experience in every cell and atom of your body the wholeness and the energy that is God's love. The divine energy flowing in you and as you. For right now, in this moment, you are celebrated. You are a beautiful being of light, sinless, flawless, peace-filled, and forgiven. Right here and right now, we celebrate the truth that I am a divine expression filled with love, joy, and serenity. Can we know that together? I am a divine expression. I am a divine expression filled with joy, love, and serenity. And I forgive. So it is.
I forgive me.
I forgive me.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
Everything that I've been holding on to, I let go. I surrender.
I surrender.
Sing along if you like.
Surrender.
I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. Are you ready for your change? I forgive me.
I forgive me.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
Everything that we've been holding on to, just let go. Will you surrender?
I surrender.
Please surrender. change. I forgive me.
I forgive.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
Everything that I've been holding on to, just let go. I surrender.
I surrender.
I'm ready for my change. Are you ready for your change? Are you ready for your change? Keep singing that. Listen to it. Are you ready for your change? The affirmation is, I'm ready for my change. Say, I'm ready for my change. If you're standing in your dominion, you're singing it from your toes. I'm ready for my change. You're standing tall in your seat with your shoulders back. Ready for my change. You're standing on your feet with your hands to the sky. I'm ready for my change. Because you are embodying this affirmation with your whole being. Your whole being is in alignment. Are you ready for your change? You're standing in conviction. Ready for my change. Yes, I'm ready for my change. One more, let me hear it all. Everyone in the building. Ready for my change. I believe you. I believe in you. Yes.
Thank you, Misa. Thank you, choir, band. Thank you all.
Oh, here we are again. Here we are again. At Unity San Francisco, we take these moments of inspiration to set an intention. Thoughts become things. The divinity within me is making choices. That is our birthright. So there's a spiritual practices card in the chair in front of you, or clicking a link, and we'll get to that. But I want to let you know that we've written 4 choices, and there's a 5th spot to write your own. So if any of these words ring true for you, I invite you to set your will in motion for this current moment and forevermore. Choices such as, I choose to surrender to the journey. I choose to listen to the call of my true self. Finally, listen. And I choose to courageously move forward. And if it speaks true for you like it does to me, I choose to release the pain binds. Choosing to surrender, to listen, to courageously move, and then to release with faith, with knowing. So, if any of these ring true for you, there's a card in the chair in front of you. If you're viewing on our website, there's a button just below the video for spiritual practices. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, check out the chat. There's a spiritual practices link to click. And there's a 5th spot to write your own, using the divinity within each of us to put our will in motion. And if you're here in the sanctuary, we leave this in the basket by the door along with the offering, so that when the reverends read it, we just agree with you. We say yes, just like the divine is saying yes. There is no more begging. There is no. There is only yes. When we become clear that there is only yes. So one last little part of this is that if you're a first-time guest, just let us know. We just love to send you a little token of love. Just thank you for being here with us in community. What joy that we are, the divine we discover that was here the whole time, and the freedom that comes with it. So, we're now moving to the blessing of the children. Let's welcome back. Welcome back, Reverend Ken.
Yes. So So if you're here in this sanctuary, the cards are in front of you, right? And did we say this part? They're online?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like, I was lost in listening to you, Tyler, which was beautiful. We're going to keep the kids downstairs, but there's 8 or more kids downstairs right now, just enjoying and can hear them and having a great time and with their caregivers. Our children and all of the children of the world are such a gift right now. Especially, let's hold them all. I mean, I was watching some of the Olympics. There are children, literally children, competing in the Olympics, and just marvels of determination and talent and God's grace. So for all of the world's children, wherever they may be, and in our hearts, we know this: you are God's perfect expression of divine life. We love you exactly the way you are. Can we know that together? You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. So it is. So Tyler, thanks for staying, and we're going to go through some announcements really quick here. First one up is, weekly ways to connect. We have a page on our website that you can go to all the time. It will have the podcast tomorrow will be put out, so the talk will be turned into a podcast so you can take it with you on the go. You can listen to it as you're traveling, going about your other work.
Things Monday through Saturday, things to stay inspired, stay connected.
Right, prayers, little clips and meditations, all kinds of different ways to stay with us and stay on message.
Yep.
And
very important is that we are open here in the sanctuary. We're always going to be streaming online. It's been this new thing, but it's never going to go away. But also, there's no more need to sign up on a website. Just come and attend Sunday mornings. We have the meditation at 10 to 10:30, the service at 11. Just come and celebrate.
Right. And we have a lot starting to happen this month and next. So the next thing is next week, Paul Hasselbeck is going to start teaching his class here. He was going to come and speak, but he doesn't want to get on a plane, and he's coming from Missouri. So we are affirming that he's making the best and highest decision for himself and extending love. So Paul Hasselbeck will be here in this virtually in the class. The class will still be here in the sanctuary or online. Paul Hasselbeck teaching metaphysics. It's something you don't want to miss. It changed my life forever.
He is the author of the book.
He's the author of the book.
Yes.
So please, if you have any questions, sign up and see that.
Yes.
Right.
The
And then the following week, I'll let you talk about flight.
Right. Absolute Abundance Flight. There's 3 courses. Join us, join Reverend Ken for this 8-week course. It's the abundance practices to overcome any blocks, to truly take flight in the dreams, the aspirations within you.
Yeah.
And so join us each Sunday from 1:30 to 4. It's going to be both in person and on Zoom.
Right.
With Reverend
And
Ken.
you've listened to me for the last 5 weeks talk about abundance, but this class is about you talking about it and you experiencing it and bringing it to life in your life. Right. So I can't wait to hear the stories that you bring.
Yes.
September 8th and 9th is Unity's World Day of Prayer. So Unity as a whole movement celebrates the World Day of Prayer, and we invite you to participate with us online here. And we are doing this in cohort with Unity in Marin, where they're going to have an in-person vigil and celebration. Ours will be broadcast on Zoom, and you can participate both ways or any way that you see fit. But it's a wonderful way of enveloping the whole world in affirmative prayer.
Yep.
And if you have a prayer request, please send it in to us through our web portal so that we can hold that prayer request for you on World Day of Prayer.
Yes, and that 24 hours then culminates. We're going to be joining the live stream from Lee Summit, Missouri, from Unity World Headquarters.
Where those Unity nuts live.
For that final hour of the 24 hours of the World Day of Prayer.
Yes, yes.
Now, also part of this affirmative prayer movement, one of the gifts of the New Thought movement, Reverend Deanne is hosting the affirmative prayer workshop here at Unity, and it's going to be on Saturday, the 21st, from 10 until 2, both here in the building, but also available online. And then along with that, we have our Unity San Francisco affirmative prayer retreat. For both of these events, you don't have to want to be a prayer chaplain. It is open to anyone who wants to learn more about affirmative prayer. But for the prayer chaplains, it's part of our annual training. If you have not finished the full payment, the payments are due for this retreat at Mercy Center in Burlingame, and that's going to be September 10th through 12th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And both Reverend Deanne and I will be there for parts of it, so it's really something you should experience.
It's beautiful.
So today, after service, not only here in the sanctuary, but all of your friends on Zoom, we moved the Zoom room from up here to downstairs for hospitality, and we invite you to join us and to join the Zoom table to go talk to people from around the country and around the world as they join us and want to hang out with us downstairs. All right? Anything else we're missing? Oh, well, you can take this one.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. There is such a team behind the scenes, the people who are so committed, the governing board that loves this community and offers so much work and intelligence and knowledge and prayer. Thank you to the prayer chaplains. Thank you to Ken and Deanne. Thank you also to the members. And just thank you to anyone.
To the band.
To the band. To the music team.
Yay.
To all of our rehearsals.
To the AV team.
Right, to the children's
Ushers
ministry.
and greeters, yay!
The ushers and greeters, to the people who help watch the parked cars and help us in all these ways, and just to anyone who is attending, because your contribution with your wisdom and your choosing helps create these moments together.
Yep. So I'm going to invite the music team to come back to platform and invite you guys to get ready to stand and sing our closing song with us. But before we do, let's do our closing affirmation. And it's, I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. Can we stand in power pose and know that together? And then we'll go into our closing song. I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. And so it is. Misa, take it away.
You're a smile, you're my guest, you're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you are love, you're my hand, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug, you're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you are fun, you're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter, you're my friend to the end, you're my dreams, you're my father, you're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround, I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere and the clouds, you're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow, you're the strength when I'm hollow, you're the path that I follow, you're the blessings that exist, the small things that I bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing.